Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, good
Yes, ma'am.
morning.
Yes, very good morning. How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking me. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also good. And I'm very excited also for because today I'm going to connect with you, very experienced person. And today I hope I learn many things from you.
I have no that much experience. I'm just doing everything. It is my initial stage, I can say. And
Yeah,
for
it's
the
okay.
second time, I'm connecting on YouTube, with you. So I'm also glad for having you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. That's why I'm telling you because you are initial days. That is mean I will learn something new idea of yours, right? Especially in the initial times, so the beginner try something different to other. That is mean it would be really specific for me to learn,
Ex-
right? That's why I said you. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
So, hmm, how long have you been working over your communication skills, may I know?
it's just a month, I can say that. Previously, I was not talking that much, but
Hmm.
recently I started talking, and especially on video call, this is quite difficult because now it's my initial.
Hmm.
Previously, I was just talking by myself. I was practicing a lot, and I was talking on audio call. That is, I am
Yeah, ma'am.
habituated now. But for video call, I think now I'm practicing, and I'm feeling quite good and
Yeah.
improved.
Yes, ma'am. You're right. Ultimately, ma'am, you have to talk, yeah, even interact with the people face to face. So you have
Exactly.
to make, yeah, you have to just make your habit by having like that conversation. That is called reality conversation, right? And audio call, everyone can talk, hardly because there is no requirement of having your face expression and etc. That is a requirement, especially by showing your appearance, your confidence, right?
True. True.
So that's why. And nowadays, ma'am, I'm helping to the many students, beginners, persons who indulge self in this field to improve their skills at home. Because I
Exactly.
also belong to Bihar state in village area. You
Village
can see
area.
my window.
Same here, same here. I'm also belong to village area. It means tea garden area.
Mm.
So I'm also helping people. I started learning English and I understand that in my area no one speaks English. I didn't get environment. So I thought that why not I will start teaching. I'm learning, but I felt that I can teach. So I started teaching also and I'm studying also.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. And you have a great quality. I can understand. I can observe your quality. You can teach many of them because it's a determination. What you determine yourself. Like you, what you want to create, what character you want to create around the persons, right? So if you creating as a character of teacher for the beginner students, that would be really honored for all of them for having the good teachers.
And like I'm also a student and I'm teaching students, those who are from college students and those who are like school and women also I teach. So I
Wow.
felt that okay, they even tell me that ma'am you look like a very friend or not like ma'am. And so you are teacher, we can't believe in a first day when I start teaching. That time they don't believe. But when gradually I teach, that time they say that okay, you teach really well and you are a student and you look like what we can say young, but you teach great, like that they say. And I also feel that okay, I also look like very young, so I don't know they will understand me or not that I teach English and I can teach even properly. I believe myself.
Of course, ma'am. That is your you can say inner strength. You can consider like if you have the better believe at yourself, you are really able to teach anyone. So it must become true. Okay, ma'am.
And also
Okay,
one
ma'am.
thing happened that like we initially we are learning English and we can totally understand that what should people learn and how they should learn. We can suggest them very properly because we are also learning and we can totally understand them.
Yeah.
In initial stage, we can understand that where they are making mistakes and how can I suggest them. That is, I can understand very well in the beginning if we are learning and also teaching. So
Mm.
I feel that actually.
Yeah, because the thing is that if you are putting yourself as a learner, that is mean you are just rid of many responsibility of yours, like grabbing the mistake of other, and your attention will be over on your mistakes only, not to other people, because you will be already considered like you're the learner. But as you putting yourself as a teacher, so you will have a lots of responsibility by grabbing your mistake as well as
Yes.
other also. Your
Yeah.
senses will be working as a oppositely, okay, of the
Mhm.
a student, yeah, even learner. So that is the benefit of yours to changing your mentality, thoughts, right, sensibilities. That's
Mhm.
why. So it's a very good to think like that because think is everything. Whatever it's going to be a come to into your life because of your thoughts, what you consider before towards any kinds of skills, right, ma'am?
Ex- True, true.
Yeah. And by behaving as a friendly behavior to other, that is also the positive sign. So to by convincing any students in better manner, and students will be comfortable with you also for having the good teachers with the good manner also, right? That is a really great. Okay, ma'am. So I couldn't ask you about your introductions. Where do you live? Something.
Okay. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Sweta. I come from West Bengal, Jalpaiguri. Okay.
Hmm.
And as per my qualification, I have done graduation and currently I'm doing masters in English literature.
Wow, that's great,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And
Because
I'm
I
in
went
first
many
year
times.
now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in first year now and as well as I started teaching. I'm learning English. At the same time I'm teaching and I have started YouTube channel also recently.
Wow.
So I'm talking with you. That's why
Mm-hmm.
I just want to improve my communication skills. So I'm connecting with people nowadays. So
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
like you are a
You are
YouTuber,
doing
so
well.
I'm talking with you, and I'm glad for that.
Yeah, basically, everyone are learning. I'm teacher. It doesn't mean like I'm only teaching. I'm also learning different kinds of idea, methods of other, and
Mm,
I'm just addressing the weak point, exact situation of other, and what kinds of method it should be suitable for them. So I'm just
true,
delivered to all of them by grabbing from a different kinds of persons. Okay, so these are
true.
I'm working. So you can consider I'm also learning. Okay,
Yeah,
we
we all are learning, right?
yeah.
And apart from my studies, as I told you that I teach English and also started YouTube channel. And I can say that my hobbies, my interest, I'm into singing, singing and also traveling and learning new things. That's all about
Mm,
me.
of
Thank you
course,
for
ma'am.
asking.
Basically, if you establish any kinds of habit, yeah, even hobbies into your life, that would really boosting you internally. Some of
Exactly.
time it will give you some kinds of a spark to do something else into your life. That will
Mm,
never start getting you boring. Okay, any of time. So obviously, every people should be establish some kinds of habit, yeah, any kinds of goals of life, so they can focus there and distract their
yeah.
attention of their financial problem, yeah, home situations, anxiety, yeah, any kinds of complication of life, right?
Mm,
Because we
exactly.
are human.
Yes. So, as
Yeah.
we are waiting for the first time, I would love to know about yourself. And I just recently watched your video. One video only I watched. So, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, why not, ma'am? It would be really honor for me. Basically, I belong to Bihar State, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
a teacher in private school, and
Oh,
as well as I'm running channel. So through I'm helping many of students, and as well as if I talk about my hobbies, so I like to traveling different kinds of places and learning new things. It's all
mhm.
about you, ma'am. Yes,
Okay. So, you are a teacher.
yes,
Have you completed your graduation or master's?
yeah, ma'am. Of course, I've completed my graduation, and in this time I'm teaching younger students, like a primary. Yeah,
Okay, in school.
yeah, in private school.
Okay, I teach English in institute, not
Wow.
in. Yeah. It means this is our own institute, and like my sister run this institute, and here I teach
Okay, as offline.
offline and nowadays online also. I'm trying. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, of course. If you are trying that, it mean it must become true. It's a
yeah.
becoming the reality gradually. Okay.
Actually, everything is new for me nowadays. Like starting online, offline, teaching, studying, learning new language. This, it's everything is new. But yeah,
Yeah,
I have been learning English, but for the starting on YouTube, this is new for me actually.
yeah. And you know why the beginner are having hesitation? Because of they indulge self in new background, new kinds
Hmm.
of skills at the in the first time. That's why the biggest reasons are by having the hesitation from wellness. Right. So it will take
Hmm.
some time to becoming the familiar of this situation multiple times. And after that you will have the confidence level much more than previous times. Right.
Exactly.
This is the problems of hesitation.
So,
Okay,
your
ma'am.
English is quite like you speak really good. Can you tell me like how did you improve English and your journey
Yeah, of course,
in
ma'am.
brief?
Basically, ma'am, at the time I was just a study at my schools. So at that time, my one friend, they used to attend classes. Okay, spoken classes. But at that
Okay.
time, I was indulged in a school, so I did not have I was not financially as much stronger as I expect. So my friends used to attend classes, so they always come to me and talk to me in this way. And I was having what I say like Samless, I was having very dull feeling while listening their speaking. So I was considering like how can I speak, how can I learn this language? Because I was considering as a subject of this only English, not a language. But I
Yes.
thought my friend is the just influencer for me nowadays. So I should be also learn, but how? Because I couldn't attend any classes at that time. So that's why I thought I have a smartphone. If I would use this phone in better manner, so I can learn many things. So I started to searching some kinds of methods, how to improve English. These are just usually things I used to addressing there. So finally, I got the idea of practicing self-ed. First, at the beginning time, you need to just practice at yourself. So I just followed all the instruction of the one ma'am. Okay, she was a teacher, so I got the idea of there. And she used to say like, "Is the first time she will speak, so obviously you will create many broken sentences. So do not defeat yourself. You are considering like you are the how you learn your native language by observing the way of talking of other, and gradually you are making the many mistakes while giving your answer to other. So the same process it should be repeating by in this language also with you. So you need to kept going on for the longer. Obviously, by the passing of more of time of yours, you will get the improvement little bit gradually. Exactly, I do. I
Exactly.
become a weird child and just followed the instruction of that ma'ams. Even I couldn't take any subscription of there. Offline, I just listened and followed. Okay,
Mm.
decently, and I followed 1 month, 2 months. Then I got the improvement little bit. I just made some kinds of habit of using a general conversation with my friend, and many of criticizing me also. Like, why are you talking? Why don't you join my classes? There you can get the better guidance of teachers. There you can get lots of instructions that would really help you. But I was compiled by the situation of mine. That's why I couldn't. I kept going on. After crossing the 6 month, I knew about the online applications, audio call. I
Okay.
maintained, I think, many conversations with the foreigner or different kinds of persons. And by that way, after crossing the 8 month, I got the idea of making video call, and I
Mm.
just start my journey. So this is my journey. Yeah.
Okay, like quite interesting your stories,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just, yeah, it was also same for me, but I didn't talk that much, like, with audio call. I just practice by myself, and maybe I was practicing with only one friend. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
don't get proper on any app. Basically, what happened, we feel that they can be friend, but only once we can talk with them. So I make
Mm-hmm.
one friend and I continue with that.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am.
Mm.
Yeah, during conversation, I got many of friends. Many of fix the timetables, and according to time, they always call me and interacting with me. So,
Mm.
by connecting with a multiple person, you will have the different kinds of ideas and methods to improving yourself and
Exactly.
learning the behavior of other, observing the sensibilities of other. There are more possibilities can be the increases during learning. That's why you do
Yeah,
not depending on only the one person's, right? And
exactly.
by the having the absence of anyone similar to me in my village, I was depressed a lot. Like I'm a lone person there who obsessive
Mm.
internally to learn this language. Nothing
Mm.
else there. And instead of still in this time also, I'm only the single person in my area. So many of
Mm.
them are listening me. They start thinking about me over how they learn and asking me many questions like, would you take any classes? How could you speak without having an environment? I used to get
Mm.
many questions regarding of this matter.
Same
But
here with me also. Like they ask me, like, where did you learn? How can you speak English without having any environment?
yeah,
Because in our
somehow,
area, it's very rural, I can say, right? Village area, like your
yeah,
area, like my area. So yeah,
yeah, because ma'am,
what is-
especially in this area, like you couldn't expect for having ever at least their native language, they can speak well. How could I expect from having a good conversation in English by
Hmm.
anyone, right? It's a big deal, right? And all of them as a consider only of this subject in the school. They are not seriously and positively they want to talk to in this way because they maintain all the situation of life their native language, right? So
For
that's why.
learning language, we need dedication.
Yeah, I what I say like I thrown myself in my flame you can consider, fire, a lot,
Mhm.
and I just heated myself a lot to improve this skill. And still, I'm very glad for having interaction with the different kinds of person. So it would be really pleasure for me because I remember when I used to listening a speech of other on the stage to sharing their story around the peoples very confidently, whatever manner through they want to say to their feeling around the person. At the time, I was get stuck internally like how could I speak like that ever in my life without having the better guidance of any teachers. But nowadays, I'm having feeling like obviously I'm gradually reaching at that levels. I can
If
because
we have
without
fun, then we can definitely, right? We don't need any kind of course or anything.
yeah
If you have dedication, then
yeah
phone
you
is
can
in.
consider you're
Yeah,
right. Dedication it will really give you the better strength and time to time motivating you, pushing you, and bringing you at a better track. You can consider even you will have the different kinds of situation of your life complications, but instead of you can bring yourself on the right track, which is really necessary for your life, right?
exactly.
So in this time, ma'am, you can consider like many of learner influencing by me. Why? Because they consider about me like I belong to village area, but instead of I'm talking a little bit good, so that's why.
Mhm.
But I'm really glad because I'm becoming a inspiration of all other peoples, right? So they can
Exactly.
also learn. They also can struggle their own skills, right?
True.
Yes, ma'am. What kind? How do you learn English? Like with the except of talking just like that, what do you do?
Um, like I started learning by watching videos. Okay.
Hmm.
In the beginning, we don't know anything. We didn't get any environment or resources also. So when I was in college life in first year, that time I completely done my schooling in Bengali medium. Okay.
Hmm.
So I didn't know about English, but when I went in college, that time I realized that okay, English I have to learn, and
Hmm.
how can I learn? The question came in my mind, and I started searching videos on YouTube, and yeah, from there I got to know that we can also learn English by watching videos, and lots of things are there for learning English. So I started reading also. First I started listening, then I started
Hmm.
reading, because it's good to read for the pronunciation.
Yeah.
So I started reading also, and my college studies I started reading, and then I started speaking.
Hmm.
Listening and reading I was doing, but one thing I didn't, that is speaking. Mostly if we will not speak, then we
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, so I started speaking, but I was thinking that I was not getting environment. So where can I talk? So again on YouTube we get the information of where we can talk, or where we can get any platform for the speaking, especially. In the beginning, I was speaking by myself. I was recording video and
Hmm.
making, yeah, I was trying, for the blog. I was making blog, like what I'm doing, my daily routine, and this kind of thing I was doing in the beginning. And then I started connecting with people. So there also I got to know that, yeah, if we will speak English, then we can definitely improve. Different people, we should speak with them, right? So I started talking. Otherwise, before college life, I was not talking that much with people. Yeah,
Yeah.
only school, and that's it. In
Yeah.
school also,
Because according to
yeah,
me, ma'am, you were in a comfort zone of environment of schools, right? So
exactly.
if you really want to indulge yourself in any new kinds of skills of your life, so you have to just get ahead yourself from a distraction of in universe you can consider. If you
Mm-hmm.
involve yourself in the crowd of the more people, so by having the appearance of the crowd of people, always you influencing by them, and your mind will be stuck internally. They will never think different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always if
Exactly.
you really want to do some kinds of different um, activities around the peoples more than anyone,
Mm-hmm.
always you have to just maintain distance from all of them, be alone, and then your mind will be starting working right as you want to be. This is the
Mm-hmm.
reality. In this time you can consider like Insta ID and Facebook ID and social media platform. It's only the distraction of the intention of the being. All the million of the students and many of the elder person also influencing by them. I think maximum time they spend there because of
Mm-hmm.
distraction you can consider, and they just stop their mind by observing other things can be the daily beneficial for future, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, so I always give the better opinion to others so they can get utilize their mind to do something else in life. and develop their personality. Okay.